Welcome back to the channel, guys. Farm Sim Snowy here. So today we've got some more mods, 22 to be precise. Just a few of them in front of us, but let's go and check out all of them together. So the first one of today is this. This is the Krone ZX 560GD by Giant Software. We do have quite a few from Giants today. I think there's about 7. This is a forage wagon or loading wagon, so you'll find this under tools and forage wagons. Is 161,000 base price, requires 240 horsepower to use. It does hold 56,000 litres though, so it's pretty cool. 8 slots if you're on console, and a working speed of 10 miles per hour. And obviously this is for picking up your grass, straw, silage, hay or chaff. There is a few options, not a great deal though. We've got the option to add a cover, so at the minute that's without. If we go yes, it puts that cover on. When you unfold that or open cover, they will fold over the side of the trailer, which is pretty cool. And again, no, that's it. We only have 2 wheel brands and you can't change the wheel setup, so we've got either, I'll zoom in a little bit, Michelin or VertexDezign. It's back to Michelin, so you can see them changing there. We do have the option to add silage additives tank, like so. So if you go yes, it puts the tank on the front there. And obviously if you have that configuration and fill that up with silage additive, it is meant to give you a yield bonus, which is pretty cool. And we can then add a license plate if we wish to. So there you go, that is the first one of the day, the Krone ZX 560GD by Giant Software. And next up, also by Giant Software and also a Krone, this is the TX 560D. This is a trailer, this is a forage trailer as well, so it will only hold those crop types down the bottom, which we'll go through in a second. It's 107,000 base price, holds 56,000 litres again, 6 slots if you're on console, and this will only hold grass, sugarcane, wood chips, straw, silage, hay or chaff. So it's not a sort of multi-fruit hold anything trailer, it's just for that. Again, only a few options, pretty much similar. We've got cover, no at the minute, yes, which puts that cover on, which is pretty cool. And then wheel brands again, it's the same sort of thing. We've got Michelin, VertexDezign, back to Michelin, can't change either of them. And then we can do the license plate again if we want to. So that's the second one from Giants, and that is the Krone TX 560D. And another one from Giant Software. This is the Kroger TAW30. This is a trailer. So you'll find this under tools and trailers. This will hold pretty much everything. It is 79,500 base price, holds 45,000 litres, and it's only 4 slots. So Giants are getting a little bit better with their slot count. And as you can see, it will hold all of those items down below, so quite a range. I think that probably is pretty much everything in the game. Wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, VertexDezign, and back to Trelleborg. Trelleborg, you can't change anything. Michelin, we can have standard, wide tyres, and back to standard. BKT, standard or wides. VertexDezign, standard or wides. And then we're back to Trelleborg. License plate as well if you wish. This is going to be one of those push trailers to empty. So as you can see, just above the drawbar there, we've got that mechanism. So when you go to tip, it will push that whole sort of end there with the mesh straight out, and it will push all your contents out the back. The back will lift up. I do like them because they're good for working in sort of low ceiling sort of places, if you know what I mean. So instead of tipping up and getting caught and stuck, you can use one of these and it'll just push it out. So there you go, that is the Kroger TAW30 by Giant Software. And then we've got these, which is 2 more trailers. We've got a bit of a trailer fest going on at the minute, also by Giant Software. These are the Claas Cargos 750/760. So on the left there we've got the Cargos or Cargos 750, 67,500 base price. That holds 44,500 litres, 4 slots on console, and this will hold grass, sugarcane, wood chips, straw, silage, hay and chaff. So again, it's a forage wagon, and so is the other one. We'll look at the first one, the 750. It's going to be pretty much the same configurations across the board. Again, this looks like it is a sort of push one, judging by the floor. Haven't tested all these, but it's just my guess. So wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, VertexDezign, BKT and Trelleborg again. Nothing in Trelleborg. In Michelin we can change from standard to wide tyres and back to standard. VertexDezign, same deal, standard or wide tyres, back to standard. BKTs we can't change up, and then we're back to Trelleborg. And then there's the license plate option as well if you want to. And then the 760, that's 99,000 to buy, but that is a 51,000 litre capacity, 5 slots on console, and it again hold those crop tights. So this is classed as like a forage trailer, these two. And again, exactly the same. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's the same for the tyres and configurations. Like so. Pretty cool though. I do like the old Claas equipment in game. So those two, as a pack they are the Claas Cargos or Cargos 750/760 by Giant Software. And then another one from Giant Software. This is the New Holland Discbine 313. This is a mower, so you'll find this under tools and mowers. It is 20,500 to buy. Requires 90 horsepower to run, 3 slots on console. It's got a working width of 4 meters. Working speed of 13 miles per hour. There's no options, it is what it is, but it's going to be sort of classed as a side mower. So you'll hook up to the back of your tractor. When you unfold it, it will sort of push out to one side of your tractor, and then you will mow along as you normally do. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. I hope you do. So there you go. That is New Holland Discbine 313 by Giant Software. And another one from Giants. This is the Horsch Joker 12RT. This is a disc harrow. So you'll find this under tools and disc harrows. It's 109,500 to buy. Requires 360 horsepower to run. 10 slots on console. It's got a working width of 12.2 meters wide and runs at 11 miles per hour. So it's quite a nice wide one. There's no options on this. It is what it is. But it looks very cool. And the old disc harrows, if you use these, you shouldn't get any sort of big stones come up. Just think if you do get any stones, you can just roll them under again. So that's pretty cool. That is the Horsch Joker 12RT by Giant Software. And this is the last one from Giants. This is the Convernland Enduro Pro 5000F. This is a cultivator. So find this under tools and cultivators. 37,000 to buy. This requires 240 horsepower to use it. 6 slots if you're on console. It's 5 meters wide and it will run at 9 miles per hour whilst using it. Again, no options, but we'll take a look at it. Again, it's got nice detail. I must give them that, Giants. And like I said earlier, they seem to be improving with their slots. Because we've had some mods from them that have been just madness slots, because we've had some really cool mods come out from other modders. They've been so low on the slot counts, it's just unbelievable. But there you go, that's the last one from Giants then. That's the Convernland Enduro Pro 5000F. And then next up we've got these, which are quite interesting. This is going to save a lot of time and diesel. These are the Claas and Krone Baler pack with Lizard R90. These are by Hispano. You'll find these under tools and balers. Basically it means you can windrow and bell in one pass, so that's pretty cool. So first of all, on the left there, we'll look at this one. This is the Claas Quadrant 5300 plus the Lizard R90. So the Lizard R90 is the rake or the windrower. This one's 185,500 to purchase. Requires 250 horsepower. It will do bells of between 180 centimeter and 240 centimeter in size. It's 11 slots on console, and it will run at 10 miles per hour. Now it does say on the Mod Hub website in the description for these that it's got a working width of 10.3 meters, and I think that's for both of them, because it just says general characteristics and then it says those, and then it's got the individual characteristics which I've just sort of mentioned. We do have a few options on these. The wheel brand, I don't think you can change the wheel setup on any of them, but we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, VertexDezign, and back to Trelleborg. So yeah, you can't change the wheel setup, it is what it is. And then the chassis colour rake, so it's only the rake you can change the colours on. But this one will basically be all the sort of Claas colours. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So we've got the Claas sort of green there. We can go for the white, changes that, and then we can go for the sort of dark grey. And then the design colour is going to be sort of like the inside bit where the sort of rake is itself. So colour design rake, we can change to the Claas green, the white, and then the sort of lighter sort of grey. That's almost black, that one, isn't it? So it's basically just the Claas colours you can swap and change about however you want to. And we can have a license plate on there as well if you wish. So that is that one. And then we've got this, which is the Krone Big Pack 1290 HDP plus the Lizard. Just says 90 there, but it is still the R90. This is 185,000 to buy. This requires 245 horsepower, and again it will do bells of 180 centimeters to 240 centimeters, 11 slots on console, and also runs at 10 miles per hour. There is no options to change the wheels on this one, but we do have the option to add the silage additives tanks. So at the minute, no, if you look on the back, it adds that big tank. So that's exactly the same option as you get on the standard Krone Big Pack baler, adding those tanks. And then the chassis colour rake is going to be the same thing, but this will be all the Krone colours. So we've got the green at the minute, and then we can change to the yellow. And if we come down to the design rake, we're on the black at the minute, we've got the green, and then we can change that to the yellow as well. License plate option also as well. Very cool though, that's quite handy having that. So that is the Claas and Krone baler pack with Lizard R90 by Hispano. Next up is this is the Tatra Phoenix L crane. This is by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. I think I'm getting a bit better at saying that one. This you'll find under vehicles and trucks. This is 135,000 base price. It's got a horsepower ranging from between 462 and 650. Top speed of 49 miles per hour, and this is 12 slots on console. So basically it is a truck with a crane on the back, so you could hook up a logging trailer to the back of this, pull up alongside your logs and then use the crane to load that trailer. So pretty handy bit of kit. We have a few options, only 2 options I think for the wheel brands. So we've got Lizard or the Nokians. Lizard we can't change anything. The Nokians we got the TR2s, which I do really like with that white writing on the rim. And then we've got the Ground King, which is a bit more of a chunkier tyre. And then back to the TR2. Bull bar around the front. We can add a bull bar. Yes. Then you can have lights, so it puts the bull bar and the lights on. And then no. Attachers is going to be around the back. So we've got standard. And then we've got a trailer hitch. Back to standard. And then engine setup. There's only 2 configurations. We've got the Tatra /A, which is the 462 horsepower. And then we've got the stage 1/A, which is 650 horsepower. And then it's back to the lower horsepower. Cabin colour, we can change that to anything on there. So quite a huge variety. Crane colour is going to be pretty obvious. Changes the colour of the crane. Claw colour. Am I on claw? Yes, I am. Again, that's going to be pretty obvious. And then the cabin protection colour, which I think you can sort of suss out what that is going to be. It's going to be that sort of bar behind the cabin there, like so. And then the rim colour, we can change from anything on there again. So we do have polished metal. We've got a chrome on there, which looks pretty cool. And then all these sort of colours, so quite a lot. And then we can change the license plate as well, which is nice. That does look very, very colourful. Quite impressed with that. So there you go. That is the Tatra Phoenix L crane by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. And then we have these, which come as a pack. So this is Massey-Ferguson 7600, 7700, a large chassis. This is, or these are by KRKZ-modding. You'll find these under vehicles and medium tractors. So first of all, we've got the 7600, which is 151,000 to buy, ranging between 210 and 280 horsepower. Top speed of 34 miles per hour, and this is 14 slots on console. We do have quite a few options on here. So the top one does say configuration, but the menu's being a bit annoying again. So we've got standard, we've got 170 kilogram front weight, 280, 390, 500, 610, 720, 830, front hydraulic, and then back to standard. Wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, VertexDezign, Nokians, and back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg we got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, wide tyres 2, wide and weights 2, rear twin wheels, narrow tyres, and back to standard. Michelin we got standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, wide 2, wide and weights 2, rear twins, twin wheels, narrow tyres, and back to standard. I think these are going to be pretty much the same, but we'll go through them. Continental, we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, wide tyres 2, wide and weights 2, rear twins, twin wheels, narrow tyres, and back to standard. Mitas, we got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, wide 2s, wide and weights 2, rear twins, and back to standard. No narrows on there though. BKT, we got wide and weights, wide tyres 2, wide and weights 2, and back to wides, like so. The VertexDezign, we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide and weights, wide tyres 2, wide and weights 2, rear twins, twins, narrows, back to standard. And in the Nokians we've got wide, wide 2, communal, and back to wides, and then we're back to Trelleborg. So quite a few there. GPS receiver, we've got no or yes, which puts that on the top. So no or yes. Fenders, we've got standard, wide, so obviously that increases the width of them at the back, as you can see, and then back to standard. And then the engine setup, we've got the 7619, which is 210. Then we got up to 225 horsepower, 240 horsepower, 260, 280, and then back to 210. Front fenders, we've got standard, default 2, wide, and back to standard. Main colour, we can change to anything on there, so we do have quite a few options there to change the old Massey up, like so. Design colour is going to do the grille there, I think. Yeah, as you can see, any of those again, like so. Rim colour, pretty self-explanatory out of those. So you've got communal, white, beige, black, silver, and standard. So quite a few options there, and then we can have the license plate as well. So pretty cool. So that is the first one. I'm going to go through all the configurations on these, but we'll check it out just to see if there's anything different. So this is the 7700. This also ranges between 210 280, top speed of 34 miles per hour, 14 slots on console. So they're both 14 slots. And as you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same across the board. So I'm not going to go through everything. I'm kind of wondering, I guess they are a bit different in size, aren't they? They are very, very similar though. Let's just check the front weights. They look pretty much the same configurations. Yeah, there you go. That is the Massey-Ferguson 7600, 7700 large chassis by KRKZ-modding. Next up, we've got the Lizard Quad Bear. This is by SleutjesModding. This you'll find under vehicles and cars. It's basically a quad bike. 12,600 to buy. 83 horsepower it's got. Top speed of 60 miles per hour. And this is 4 slots on console. Do have a few options to change up. So that is design up the top. At the minute we've got original. We can change it hand protectors, which is obviously across the sort of handlebars there to protect your hands. And then we've got support and hand protectors. And then just support frontal, which basically takes away the hand protectors. Don't think it changes anything else. And then we're back to original. Attachers, we've got standard, or we can have a rear hitch, like so. Side hitch, which only puts it on that side, and then back to standard. Wheel setup, we've got standard. Wheel model 2, which is basically a wider, chunkier tyre, and then back to standard. Main colour, we can change to anything on there, like so. Design colour, like that, which does the seat and the grips. And then the rim colour on there, anything like that. So pretty cool. I like that, whizzing around the farm on that. That is the Lizard Quad Bear by SleutjesModding. And next up we've got another quad bike. This is the Lizard TRA 500. This is by Agro Tonho. Again, you'll find this under vehicles and cars. 13,000 to buy. 75 horsepower. It's got a top speed of 74 miles per hour. And this is 4 slots if you're on console. Do have quite a few options on here. It looks a little bit smaller than the previous one. But we do have wheel brand. We've got Lizard, Nokians, Mitas, and back to Lizard. You can't change any of the brands. The wheel setup that it says there does the actual wheel rims itself. So we've got Design 1, Design 2, and then back to Design 1. Handlebars you can change from 1, 2, 3, which puts a light on the front there. 4, which changes it to the main colour with the light, and then back to 1 again. Design 1, we've got bumper 1, so it puts a sort of protective bull bar on the front. 3, which puts that even better protection on there. 4, which puts both, and then back to 1. Design, you've got standard or roof, so you can put a roof on there if you want to keep the rain off you, and then back to standard. Attachers, we've got standard, and again this puts a 3-point hitch on the back. Then we can have design 2, which puts it on the side like the previous one, but this one goes one better. Design 3, you got back and side, so pretty cool. And then we're back to standard again. Engine setup, now I can't quite get my head around this, because we are at 75 horsepower, we are at 74 miles per hour. So we've got the TRA 540 kilometers per hour. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong though, that as you go up, does this change the top speed? But nothing is changing on the left. The only thing that I can see that changes is in a minute it'll go from power shift to, I think, variable transmission. So as we're going through, nothing's changing. And then all of a sudden, when we go on to the one with that says 2 in the brackets, we're now on to variable CVT. But again, nothing else changes. No horsepower, no. So I'm not quite sure about that one, guys. Main colour, we can change to anything on there, like so. Design colour is going to be your springs and sort of like your brake. Is that your brake pads or your shoes? I'm not sure. I'm not very mechanically minded. And the rim colour is going to be, let's go for something a bit obvious, like so. Does that change the roof? No. So the roof is that colour also. And I don't think it changes anything on the front, like so. Those will stay the same colours, like so. But that's a pretty cool mod as well. So that's the Lizard TRA 500 by Agro Tonho. Next up, this is an interesting one. This is the Lizard Durus 60 foot. Comes as a pack. It's basically a header trailer and the actual header for the harvester itself. So first of all, we'll look at the trailer. This is by Hispano, sorry. So we've got the trailer 60 foot. This is 22,526 to buy. It will hold 2,000 litres of diesel if you want to at the front there. This is 4 slots on console. There is a couple of configurations. So as you can see, we've got the diesel tank on the front and a couple of other little bits of decoration, a fire extinguisher and some bottles or cans of something there. So it's pretty cool. You can just change the main colours, but what is pretty cool is you can kind of change up to suit whatever you're running. So let's go, for instance, John Deere. So we can change the main colour to John Deere, and then we can change the rim colour to any of these. So we've got Agco, Fendt, Claas and John Deere. So we can make that sort of complete John Deere, like so. It does have a license plate option as well. We've got the oversized sign already on, and there is a beacon at the back as well. So that is the trailer. And then we've got the Durus 60 foot, which is the header. This is 167,967 to buy. Random figures there. 7 slots on console. This is 18.2 meters wide. and obviously it will run at 6 miles per hour when you're harvesting, and you'll be able to harvest wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybeans and sorghum with this. There is a couple of options as well. So at the minute, I know it's a little bit dark, pointed guides, it says without guides. If we go across one, it says with guides. So basically it puts those little curly guides either end. You can see one down this end as well, and then off again. So with or without. Coupler configuration. Now I'm guessing you can only use this with, I haven't tested it, but then saying that, I thought pretty much you could hook up any header to any harvester. It was just a case of whether you can actually run it because of the horsepower. But this has got specific configurations. So at the minute on the Agco Ideal, nothing changes visually. Then we've got the John Deere X9 1100 and then the Claas Lexion 8900. So I'm guessing it's trying to steer you in that direction because of the colours which you'll see. And obviously we've just seen on the trailer, but then again it had the Fendt colours, didn't it? Oh, I suppose Fendt is Agco, isn't it? But we do have in the mix here a couple more extra colours. I think we've got the original, we've got Agco Ideal, Fendt Classic, we've got Massey-Ferguson now in the mix, so we can do that. And then there's also Claas again, and the John Deere colours like so. So we'll keep it on Massey. Design colour is going to do the black bit there where the lizard Durus says. So again we can go full on Massey. And then the rim colour we can choose Agco, Fendt, Claas or John Deere. Obviously I know that doesn't match up, it's not meant to be the same, but just to show you for examples. So yeah, I haven't tested that, whether it will hook up to anything other than those three that's in the coupler configurations. My guess is it probably will. So there you go. But that is that pack, which is by Hispano, and that is the Lizard Durus 60 foot. And then we've got this is a cool little trailer. This is the Annaburger HTS 20.12 by VertexDezign. This you'll find under tools and trailers. It's 29,000 base price. It's 8 slots if you're on console and it holds pretty much everything, as you can see down the bottom. Do have quite a few configurations on here. So the top does say extension there. At the minute we're on standard. Then we can go cover, so that doesn't actually increase the capacity, that just puts a cover on it. So at the minute that is 18,600 litre capacity. Then we can go extension, which puts it up to 25,200 litre capacity, and then we can go one more and put the cover on the extension like so. I'll leave it like that because you'll see in a second. Wheel brand, we've got Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and back to Continental. In Continental, we've got Standard, Option 1, back to Standard. Michelin, we've got Option 1, Option 2, back to Option 1. Trelleborg, we've got Option 1 or 2. BKTs, there's no options at all. Vredestein, we've got Option 1 or 2. And then we're back to Continental. Ladder, we can have without or standard, so it puts the ladder on the side. Then we can have a platform, so you can get up there and do a little bit of working. And then back to without. Attacher type, so at the minute we have top attacher, which is a little bit higher and a straight drawbar. That is also a pin hitch attacher, as you can see. If we change that to a low attacher, it sort of brings it down more on an angle, and that now changes to a ball hitch attacher. And then we go back to top attacher like so. Protection, we have standard, so it's already on standard, costing us 150. So that basically puts the mud guards either side of the wheels and that bar on the back. That's what we'll be changing. You can have without impact protection, so it gets rid of the bar, keeps the mud flaps. Then it gets rid of the fenders and keeps the bar, puts the bar back. Then we've got without protection, so nothing at all. And then we're back to standard again. So obviously if you have it without protection, it doesn't cost you anything. It is what it is, like that. But we'll put it on that one. Main colour. This does not change the whole colour of the trailer. If we look just above the wheels, if we go on to that and select, we've got Annaburger red, galvanised metal. It just changes that strip either side, which is a bit random. And then we've got corrugated metal, which I do think that looks pretty cool actually. I like that. The cover colour, which is why I left that on. We've got red at the minute. Then we can have blue, black, yellow, white and grey. And then we do have a license plate option as well. So that's a pretty cool trailer, I like that. That's the Annaburger HTS 20.12 by VertexDezign. Then we've got another interesting one. This is a back grabber loader by EY-modding. This you'll find under tools and miscellaneous. This is 6,000 to buy. It holds 1,000 litres of pretty much everything. It's 2 slots on console, but we can change up the sort of what you're going to put in there. That will become more apparent as we look in a second. So basically you'll hook this up to the rear of your tractor and then use it as a grabber to load up trailers or to move things like that. So it's kind of like a cheap option if you're sort of starting out or you just got a small farm going. I think it's a pretty cool idea myself. So at the minute we can have it on field type configuration of just sugar beets and potatoes. So that is all you'll be able to pick up. And then you can have it on bulk. So I'm guessing bulk you'll be able to pick everything up. So I'm not sure why you'd want to have it on sugar beets and potatoes, but I'm not sure. Could be something I don't know. Main colour, as you can probably tell, is going to change the frame, and then the design colour is going to change the sort of bucket, the grabber, like so. But I quite like that. It's pretty cool. Does put on another 2,000 though if you change your colours though, look. But that's pretty cool, I like that. That's back grabber loader by EY-modding. Next up we've got this, which is the Koeckerling Trio 300M. This is by Puszkap. This is a 3 metre cultivator. Apologies for that. This is 25,000 to buy. Requires 140 horsepower to run, 3 slots on console, like I say, 3 metre wide cultivator, and it will run at 9 miles per hour. There is no options on there. It is what it is. It comes in that colour, and that is it. Very cool though. It's a nice looking cultivator. I like that. That's the Koeckerling Trio 300M by Puszkap. Next up we've got this. This is the Krone Profiliner Flatbed. This is by AgroTron Modding. You'll find this under tools, and this was under bow loaders. So it's a flatbed trailer. You will need a truck or a dolly to pull it. 21.5 grand to buy. 5 slots if you're on console. Do have a few options on there. It's a pretty cool looking mod. So you've got like the bulkhead here. Some nice detail on there. Spare wheel at the back. I do like these lights here with the sort of clear glass across them all. I like that. It's pretty cool. Chassis colour. We can change from anything to that on that palette, should I say. So that is going to change that section. Design colour is going to change. Let's do something a bit random. The bulkhead kind of thing, those sidebars and the rear bar at the back where the lights are, and then the rim colour, pretty self-explanatory. We've got chrome, grey, white or a black, and we can add a license plate as well. It does have tension straps as well, so you can strap things down, bells, pallets, whatnot. It's not an auto load or anything like that. But that is it. That is the Krone Profiliner Flatbed by AgroTron Modding. And then we have this. This is the Convernland AB85-3 by DB Modding. This is a plough. So you'll find this under tools and under ploughs. 6,000 to buy. Requires 65 horsepower to run. It's 2 slots. It's only 1.3 metre wide and it will run at 8 miles per hour. There is no options for it, but it's a cute looking thing. Again, if you've got a small farm, be right up your street. Low horsepower required. Very cool indeed. So that is the Kverneland AB85-3 by DB Modding. And then there's these two which come as a pack. This is Water and Diesel Ibc. This is by Farmer22. So first of all, you've got the Water Ibc, which is 300 to buy. This will hold 2,000 litres of water. It's 2 slots on console. And then we've got the Diesel Ibc, which is 2,500 to buy. Again, this will hold 2,000 litres of diesel. Also 2 slots on console. You'll find these under objects and under pallets. There's no options or anything. Obviously, they are what they are. They do come with the symbols on them, so you can tell which one's which. So you can fill these up and obviously then fill other pieces of equipment up with it. Your machinery, if you've got the diesel one, like so. Obviously, you'll be able to pick them up as well with pallet forks. So pretty cool. Sure, they will come in handy with some people. That is the Water and Diesel Ibc by Farmer22. Now for the outside bit. First up, we've got these. These are very nicely detailed. This is the English Barn Pack by Lancey Boy. Done a very, very cool job on these. There's 3 sheds in this pack. I'll show you them first in the build mode. So you'll find these under your build mode, under buildings, under sheds. If we go right to the end, it's these 3 here that's got a lizard on. So first of all, we've got large barn, which is this one. This is 140,500 to place down. This one is 8 slots on console. And then next we've got a vehicle barn, which is 90,000 to place down. That is 6 slots if you're on console. And then last of all at the end there, we've got lawn barn, and that is 45,000 to buy, and it is 18 slots, that one, so a little bit higher on the old slot count. There's no sort of select and you can change any of the colours or anything. It is pretty straightforward. You just place them down, you can spin them round, etc. like that. So let's go and have a look at them. So this one's pretty cool. This is quite huge, this one. In this door here, or you can open some of these, well in fact all of these small doors, but I had trouble trying to get in. Oh, here we go. Brilliant. I couldn't get in this door earlier, it kept jumping me around everywhere, but there you go, we're in, so it's working, good. So this one, as you can tell by the sort of hazard line, this is going to be for your workshop. Now you do have the cool feature that I like of coming inside, and you can turn on the shed lights just with a click of a stick for me. So L3, turn on shed lights, and then off. Doesn't matter where you sort of stand. Pretty cool. They do seem to come on as well if you come up to this sort of box. So you've got that option as well. So if we back away, you can pick up a few of these things, decorations. But this is going to be mainly for your workshop. So you're coming, click on that, you can customize and repair your vehicles. Pretty cool, I like that. So that's that bit. And like I say, this is absolutely huge, this one. Again, you can open all these doors, you can walk in these. Tons of room inside. Again, should get the light symbol or info come up. Do like the old brickwork as well, nicely detailed, sort of half and half. And then we've got a kind of open section on the end, so this is all the same building. So I think you do get quite a lot of shed space for your money. So this is more sort of open, so you can come in here. There is a little bit of the odd rubbish around. Again, if you look at the help menu, we've got turn on shed lights, so we can do that. You should be able to squeeze in a few things along there if you wanted to, but obviously that those first two bays are kind of taken up, but you have got that huge door there as well. Lots of sort of decoration to make it sort of look used and lived in. Ladder going up to the roof, and then round the back there's all sorts of things lying about decoration wise. Even a little plane there someone's left out after doing a bit of chipping work, carpentry. Got an old tyre there. Very, very cool. So that's the first one. That was the large barn, wasn't it? And then we move on to this one, which is the vehicle barn. Again, huge big building. Different sort of brick texture. Again, I like that. A few more decorative bits about. This is the first door, absolutely huge again inside, and again we can turn on our lights. We do have one of these boxes over here again, which does seem to work, because if we come away and go up to there, it comes on. All sorts of random things lying around. I like these. Very, very cool. And then again, more bits and bobs scattered around. Bit of sort of air duct in there, or whatever you call it. Air conditioning. And then there's this fella. Oh, I've fallen off the edge. This was the lawn barn. So it does say on the mod hub description about a building for all your sort of lawn care material, but you can use it for anything really. That could be a nice sort of, well, I was going to say drive through, but that's in the way, isn't it? Probably go through there. But you could back a few things up into here. This section does even have lights as well, like so. We do have some sort of, almost looks like perspex, not glass up there. Again, you can open the smaller doors and walk in and out, but we do have the big door. This is a good size as well. Obviously only one door in and out. Again, we can turn on the lights. That does turn the lights on outside as well, so they will turn on, all of them. But a very, very cool pack that of sheds. I like them. Very, very nicely detailed. Good job from Lancey Boy. So that is the English barn pack by Lancey Boy. And then moving on, we have this. This is Land Bakery by LSMT Modding Team Stefan. Bit of a mouthful. So basically it's a bakery, but you can get bread, cakes from here, and it's slightly different to the standard sort of ingredients. I think just using the standard base game items, what am I trying to say? If you just need flour, I believe, to make bread. This is a little bit different, so it could make it a little bit more challenging for you if you want to go down that route. So it says for bread you need to put in flour, sugar and water, so a couple of extra things there. And for the cake you need to put in flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter and strawberries. So it's a little bit different there in terms of producing your bread. I'll show you where this is first, and then we'll have a wander around. So this will be in your build mode again as well. Across to productions, and then into factories, and it is right down the end there. It's only 50 grand to place. This is 12 slots if you're on console. As you can see, it's got a list of all the ingredients there, and then it's got both the bread and cake output as well. So again, this one you'll just place down. There's no changing colours of buildings, panels or anything like that. Just spin it round and off you go. So pretty cool. So obviously you'll tip in your product there. This looks like a water point just there, so you'd pull up and that will be where you'll unload your water. I'm guessing this is going to be your pallet spawn area for your cakes and your bread, whatnot. And then round the back, it's nicely detailed. I do like how you can see in some of the windows on the buildings, and you've got the luscious bread there in the window. It's very cool. And there you go. So that would be where you go in and buy your bread. And then you've got the spanner icon there where you can manage your production point, like so, giving you all the ingredients and the sort of recipe for each one. Pretty cool. You can obviously access that from this pause menu as well, like so. Very nicely detailed. Can't go in any of the buildings or doors. That's pretty cool. I like that. So that is Land Bakery by LSMT Modding Team Stefan. And then the last one of the day is this. And this is Small Bunker Silo by Camelos0397. It's obviously a bunker silo. This is 4 slots on console. Again, nicely detailed with the concrete walls. A few little bags, sandbags on top. If you go into the middle, you can see on the help menu, you've got a fill chaff level and compacting. This you will find under your build mode again. This was under buildings and silos, because obviously it is a bunker silo. There it is at the end. It's 22,000 to buy or place down. And I said it's 4 slots already, and just like the in-game one, this will snap on, so you can join them up together like that if you wish to. And they don't spin, they sort of just snap round like that, which is pretty cool. Now it does say on the mod hub description, it says each bunker has a capacity of around about 300,000 litres of chaff. So not bad for a small bunker silo. You've got a kind of smaller operation going on, but it is very, very nicely detailed. All the concrete walls and the sheet there folded over the side. Very cool indeed. So that is Small Bunker Silo by Camelos0397. And I think that is it for today. 22 mods. I hope you have all enjoyed the mod review. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.